coming out here after 30 years. Yeah, I ain't got nothing, but I'm gonna have something because I'm rich in personality, you know, and I'm rich in love. My family love me, and that's really all that counts. Hey man, shout out everybody out there on Team Banky Pound, man. I appreciate the love. I appreciate the support. As y'all can see, I'm still not at home, man. I'm still out here in hot Houston. It is blazing hot. It is not a game out here, man. You be baking out here in this sun. So I'll probably come back a few shades darker, but it's all good, man. It's the experience that count, man, and I'm trying to make the best of it. But in the meantime, and in between time, man, I wanted to, you know, put something out here, put some content out here. First of all, I want to let y'all know the raffle is still in full effect. Even though I'm not home, the raffle is in full effect, man. Let's go. TBP Nation, stand up, man. I appreciate the support, man. Let's get it. Let's go. Today, man, this came across my mind because so I've been out here. I seen a lot of little youngins walking around and, you know, doing their thing. I don't know if they gang affiliated or this, that, or the third, but I've seen them, you know, because I'm aware of my surroundings. But it just made me think about, you know, how that go in the prison, man. You know, when that gang stuff started to infiltrate Virginia prisons, it was crazy. And I ended up being cool with a lot of them little young dudes, the ones that was around me, the ones that I was able to talk to and get a rapport with them. You know, I used to try to pick their brain to figure out why they wanted to, you know, be involved in a gang, you know, and a lot of it, you know, it comes from, uh, acceptance, man. They want to be accepted. They want to be a part of something. And in prison too, as well, you know, there's a lot of them, they do it for protection. You know, they feel like if they, you know, in a gang and they're in this different environment in prison, man, that they more safe because they got numbers. They got people that can, you know, just gonna roll with them. You know, that's the thought process that I get from them, you know. But I've seen that stuff turn around so many times, man, and it don't play out the way that they wanted to play out, you know. And one of the incidents that I think of that I remember, because I knew one of the youngest that was involved in the situation, and he was a good dude, little young, he used to work out all the time, but he was gang affiliated. You know what I'm saying? He gonna roll with that. Whatever they do, he gonna be with that. But he wanted to work out. He wanted to do his thing. He wanted to get out and get into personal training, because he was cut up. You know what I'm saying? He was super in good shape, man. Cut up like a fifth of dope. But it's that gang life. You know what I'm saying? And he didn't have that much time. But it's that gang life that he in. So I can remember they moved him from the block he was in. He was in my block. They moved him to another block. And the block that he moved in, he wanted to go to that block because they had, you know, more of his partners there, you know, the gang members. So I remember a couple of months that went by. I used to see him on the yard all the time, you know, talk to him on the yard because he come out there on the yard to work out every day, no matter what he had going on. He was gonna work out, you know. Like I say, he was an energetic dude and he stayed in shape. And he was a good young, and then he had some heart. But a lot of times that heart can get you in trouble, you know. And they was with some dudes, man. They had a dude that came on the compound and he's supposed to been affiliated with their gang. And then he had, you know, wanted to get out or something. And when he got out on another camp, they, you know, they jumped on him, you know what I'm saying? Like letting him know that you couldn't leave or whatever. So they jumped on him. He ended up getting in trouble. He came to that camp. Now the way this stuff works, they got their little network system, man. Well, I told you, you can't run in prison. There's no way you can go. You can only go to another institution. But whatever is going on with you, it's going to follow you to the other institution because they send notes, they send letters, they got the kiosks now. They can send, you know, emails and say where he at or where did he go or where did he get transferred. People can look it up on the internet and send it to people. You understand? So they're gonna always know where you go and they're gonna always, you know, be able to find you. And like I say, in prison, you ain't gonna be hard to find. You know your number. Your number gonna follow you wherever you go, and that's all they got to do is pull it up and then call home and get somebody on the kiosk and say, what's such and such, and look them up. What institution he on? And that's how easy it is. So you know, like I said, it ain't no running, it ain't no hiding in prison. So when he came on there, you know, and they put him out in the block, and he in the block with these dudes, the little youngin that I know as well. You know, so and the reason why I ain't saying his name is the story will reveal to you why I ain't gonna say his name. But so when that happened, and they get the word that he did this and that, and he's supposed to have been affiliated with them, then they want him to leave. They want him, you know, that's their job. They got to get him off the compound. He got to go. He can't go nowhere. That's what I'm telling you. Everywhere he go, they're gonna be down on him. He can't even stay on the yacht. So I guess when he got there and they approached him and let him know what the county is, look, you got to go. You can't stay here. You know what I'm saying? We know what happened on the other institution, whatever. He ain't going nowhere, man. I guess he tired of running. Then he figured like he will, you know, put his feet down in the sand and make his stands, right? So they told him, you know, straight up, you got 24 hours to check in, man, to get up off here or we coming to get you, you know. He said he won't go, right? So this is the thing with this gang stuff. So then when they shot callers say, all right, well, look, we laid the law down. This is what you got to do. We got to get him gone. So they said they're gonna run down on him. You know what I'm saying? And if he ain't gone, he didn't leave. You know. So after they let out, I think it was the 11 something count, and they opened them doors. They go run down on him about 4-5 deep. He with them. He one of them, right? So they run down in his cell on him and they start whooping him, man. I'm talking about they whooping him. They stomping him, kicking him, punching him. You know, one of the dudes got the Bethlehem. He poking him a couple of times. This is a young dude, right? But this is what they doing. And they not realizing and acknowledge the extent to what they doing. You got 4-5 dudes on one dude and they stomping you, kicking you, and beating you, and the dude poking you a couple of times. You know what I'm saying? You trying to send a message, and the message that you trying to send is when we say you gotta go, you gotta go. And they sending that message, but they not realizing the serious nature of that message. Because when they stomp him out and beat him up, poke him up, they run out of the cell, you know what I'm saying? They go get the door closed, they go out on the yard like it's all good, like they done did their thing. Man, they went out there for a good 20 minutes. And I guess a CO made a round, CO boy laying in there on the floor. So, you know, they make the call, you know, call the people, you know, everybody come running to the building. But they outside, so they thinking they all good, right? So boom, after they go in there and they get to checking on dude, and you see medical running all across the yard and everything, and then over on the loudspeaker it come, everybody report back to your cell, report back to your cell. Boom, 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 report back to your cell. Records closed, records terminated, records terminated. This for the whole compound. You know what I'm saying? This happened in one building, in one block. So when they do something like that, saying everybody report back to your cell, then you know it's something serious going on, right? It's something serious going on. So they do that, everybody go back to their joint, Boom, they get dude out there to medical, and next thing you know, we heard that they got the helicopter landing on the yard. You did? They got the helicopter landing on the yard. That's serious. That means somebody's life is in danger. You know what I'm saying? Somebody is, you know, close to the upper room. And they had to medevac that dude out there, man. And come to find out, it wasn't even the Bethlehem that got him. They stomped him so much in his head into that concrete, man. He started bleeding on the brain. He started hemorrhaging. And the youngin lost his life. You know what I'm saying? He lost his life. So now we talking about, you know, we talking about murder. You know, you doing what somebody tell you to do and you going to hear, but you gonna be the one to pay this consequences. Cause them people start running them cameras back now because they got to. Because this is somebody's life. They got the answer to this. People's job is on the line now. People's livelihood is on the line now. They gonna do whatever they got to do. And then you got to factor in all these people that's in that block that might have seen who ran in there. And if these people, police, which they gonna do, when them investigators come in there and start applying that pressure to you and start, you know, pointing finger at people that might not, people gonna start singing like the OJs. You know what I'm saying? They're going to start singing like the OJs. They're going to run the whole camera back. People in there going to be telling because now everybody's scared. And then you got these fake Bama's that is so terrified now because they seen who did it and they scared because they in the block with you. So they think if they ever oppose you, this is how you going to come get them. They don't even want you around them. They don't even want you to be nowhere close to them. They going to tell anyway. They going to get the right in the list. It was the dude in cell 12. Cell 18. They gonna tell it because they don't want you around them because they see how you move and they cowards and they scared that if they ever bump into you in the line or cut in front of you in the microwave, you gonna run down on their cell like you did them. So they don't want you around. So you got to factor that in too. They gonna be the ones that tell on you as well. So with that going on, man, they did that and they ran that camera back, man, and they went and picked every one of them up. They got them all. You know what I'm saying? They even got one that won't involve with it. He got caught up in it. Now you talking about all these dudes, and most of them short time, especially the one that I knew. Now they got a body. They got a body. You understand me? Now they facing a murder charge in prison by way of game. They gonna get undetermined amount of time. If not, the death penalty. All because you following the leader and you doing what you think you're supposed to do, or you doing what you think is the right thing to do because of what you affiliated with. You can't even not do it. Because when the shot's been called, you gotta go do it. But it's your life. You know what I'm saying? And I felt bad for Youngin. And I know that sound bad because you saying, well, what about the dude, the guy, that lost his life? I feel bad for him too. But it's a lose-lose situation all the way around the board. Because if they don't do it, if he even chooses to say he not going to get with it, then what happened to them, they going to call the shot that happened to him. So it's just a crazy situation, man. And that's what I be thinking about in this prison life, man. And even out here in this life, man, it's the choices that we make. But, man, to see them young dudes just throw their life away on some foolishness, it was just insane to me. That's when I knew that this gang stuff was getting real, real crazy. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people come into prison and think that this is going to be their protection. They think that this is going to be how they can make it through there. But this just might be the same thing to keep you in there. It might be the same thing to take your life, And yeah, man, they stomped that boy out, man, and I felt real bad for him, man, because he was a youngin' too, and we talking about dudes in their late teens and early 20s, you dig? And this is what's going on in there with that gang life in prison now, man. It's serious. It's super serious, and prison is dangerous enough in itself. But when you add that factor in that you may have to move the way somebody else tell you to move, and that may not be the move that you want to make, nah, that's a rough life, man. That's a rough life, and they moving around like that in there, and it happens a lot, man. They gotta be told to do this and do that, and if they don't do it, the same thing gonna happen to them. So it's like they have no choices, man. You already gotta follow the administration choices. You gotta do whatever they tell you to do. If you don't, you're gonna be punished, and then you on a whole nother extra set of rules with this gang that you affiliated with. These is a part of your rules too. This is a part of your lifestyle. So yeah, man, Youngin ended up getting late with that. I don't know how much time he got or nothing, but I know he got that charge, man. And I didn't even see him no more. But I knew when I was dealing with him, he only had like a good 2 years at most to get out. Because he talked about working out. He talked about going out there, starting a personal trainer. He had took some courses and all that. All that's gone down the drain. You know what I'm saying? All that's gone down the drain because you got associated with some, and then they giving them, murder by mob. That's extra time right there. That's crazy, but that's just the way it go in prison, man. So, yeah, it's just something that I wanted to share with y'all, man. It's just crazy, man. It's just the choices that we make, man. So we got to be careful, man. We really got to be careful, but it all starts with, how we moving out here on the streets before we get to the penitentiary. If we move smart, be safe, and make good decisions, man, we won't even end up in these situations, man. So, yeah, man. So when you get a chance, man, to talk to a youngin', man, try to put some wisdom on him, man. Especially if he in the free world, try to put some wisdom on him, man, because it get rougher when you get on the other side, man. And some of the things that you're gonna be involved with, man, might be the very thing that in your life, So anyway, man, I just wanted to run that by y'all right fast, man. Y'all know I'm still on the road, man. I will be back soon. The content don't stop, won't stop, can't stop. TBP Nation, stand up, man. Like the video, share the video, comment on the video, talk to me. I talk back as well. And hey, man, the raffle is still in full effect. I can't keep telling you the day you lay off, the day they pay off, man. In the meantime, in between time, man, y'all be safe, be smart, make good decisions, man. And duck them hooks, man. They out there. Ooh, and they fast too. And it's hot in Houston, man. Big love, TBP Nation, stand up, man. We out here. Peace.
There. The banky special.
Yeah.
Pure deliciousness.
Pure deliciousness, man.
My name is Banky, man. Everybody calls me Banky. That's the name that I got from my grandmother when I was young.
I'm coming out here after 30 years. Yeah, I ain't got nothing, but I'm gonna have something because I'm rich in personality.
you know, and I'm rich in love. My family love me, and that's really all that counts.